Okay, and just want to give you a little bit of heads up. If I'm not full, not like myself, not my uppity, energetic self, I am filming this very early in the morning, and it's raining outside. You cannot hear. Maybe you can hear. I'm very tired because lots of things are happening on this Saturday. But I do know what just happened. The newest episode of Wonderhole just premiered, and wow. Oh. We have a lot to talk about, if I can. Oh, no.
It's a simulation. Can you believe it, man?
What's up, everyone? My name is Rapha Conrad, also known as RandomRapha, and I'm your host of Wandering and Wandering Through the Wonderhole, the show where we discuss, react, and share our predictions / theories about Rhett and Link's newest series, Wonderhole. Okay, I told you in the beginning it's going to be this is very early for me, and yes, this is uncut, but who knows, maybe this will work. I don't know, maybe I'll start filming videos in the morning, but I have to stay hydrated, and I have my cloud water here. It's not cloud water, it's just club soda with just a little bit of lemon in there, so once again, stay hydrated. But I hope you're having an amazing day. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you like it here. And if this is not your first time here, hey, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And I really, really missed you. So let's talk about episode 3 of Wonderhole. But before I start, I want to talk a little bit of something I noticed from episode 2. I mean, first of all, if you have not seen any of the episodes from the series, which, how could you? I'm saying in a very friendly way, but please check it out. And finally, I have gotten over the big emotional damage from, but it's in a good way. I'm a little bit emotionally mixed emotions, and then I'm finally out of it and back to my normal self after watching episode 2. Wonderhole, but I have noticed something, that episode has only gotten half the views from the first episode. I don't know why, and maybe it's because the message behind it, a little bit too serious for the algorithm, and also for my series here, episode 2, I noticed that the views for that one are less than the first episode of this series. I don't know, the message or something like that. I do not know. But maybe it could be with the thumbnail, which episode 2 on the series Wonderhole, the day that they premiered episode 3, they changed the thumbnail and title. Oh, you gotta love it. But did I change my thumbnail and the title? Not the thumbnail, but the title a few times. Being a creative and or running a show on a YouTube channel is very interesting. But just please do me a favor. Please check out episode 1 and 2 of Wonderhole, and of course check out this series as well. And speaking of length of time, the past 2 episodes for both on Wonderhole and here on my channel have been very long. For the first 2 episodes of Wonderhole, they've been 25 minutes, close to 30 minutes, and here they've been really long, really past 30 minutes. And for episode 3, it's considered the shortest episode that Rhett and Link have done for the series. About approximately 16 minutes plus minutes maybe. So I'm going to challenge myself because I have a very busy schedule and I don't want to jib-jab too long. I am going to time myself and do about 10 minutes of this. I could have done 16 minutes, but with the intro and outro, it'll probably be a total of 16 minutes. I don't know. Maybe you'll do something like, if you're familiar with You're So Loud, she'll put the title that says something minutes of blah, blah, blah. Maybe for this one, maybe it'll be 16 minutes of a fan reacting to or reviewing Rhett and Link's Wonderhole episode 3. I don't know. So I'm going to set myself for 10 minutes. So without further ado, let's get to episode 3, my review of episode 3 of Wonderhole. And let's start with the timer in 3, 2, hold on, let me take a sip. Cloud water. And go. All right, and I have my notes right here, so just so I don't forget. So right in the beginning of the episode, we already have that hook, the little sneak peek of them jumping out of the plane, which I've discussed in my React trailer about skydiving, which they have mentioned in the past. They want to do something that is very stunt-like, very out of the ordinary. I mean, they walked across the bridge in Australia. They are scuba diving, but they've always talked about doing bungee jumping or skydiving, and they actually did. And right away, unlike with the first 2 episodes of the series, where we started out with like episode 1, a vlog style, and then switch genres where it's all scripted, telling a narrative, and then same thing with episode 2. You get like this documentary style, but then all scripted, all narrative, different storyline or a different timeline, which I talked about in episode 2. But this one, immediately it felt like the videos from last year, like we dug a medium-sized hole, we traveled to 1984, and I'm looking at the timer right here, the walking, having the chicken across the busiest road in America, it felt like that. And they talked about, oh, we want to see if we can do something like your child, like you want to do from your childhood. And we flash back to young Rhett and Link, which I've talked about in the reaction to the trailer. Spot on with the casting, and especially with the dialogue. They are so spot on with the looks, and especially how Rhett and Link would speak, especially with the reference of the Sprite. If you could taste the rain, what it would be like, or what would be, it would be Sprite rain, and of course, if it was something dark, it would be Coke. That was a totally good reference right there, and especially when young Link, talk about his dog, no eyebrows, I immediately thought of Tucker, his golden retriever. And then the other part where young Rhett said he's afraid of heights, which that is true. Rhett is still afraid of heights, which you will see a little bit later in the episode. And, but and I love how they have going back to the idea of having like, oh, if you can reconnect with your childhood and see what you can think about, but just kind of like go into like their childlike wonder. The only thing that I have a complaint about is Link's glasses, younger Link, because in fact, Link did not wear glasses until he was in his 20s. So, but that's just giving a general idea what Rhett and Link would do. But I'm going to talk about this. This is not a rumor. This is something that I saw, and of course, mythical beasts that I know have seen about this. Link has not been wearing glasses a lot. Let me tell you. So in the first 2 episodes, we saw... This is live, people. And oh gosh, there's 6 minutes left. I'm going to probably have to go overtime for this. Okay, so I, plus a lot of mythical beasts that I know, noticed that Link has not been wearing glasses. So in the first 2 episodes, when episode 1, he was on the island, and episode 2, when he's future Link, and of course a little bit right here on the skydiving. I mean, obviously he's probably wearing contacts or something with skydiving, because he has confirmed that he wears contacts if he's mountain biking or something like that. But unrelated to that, recently Rhett and Link announced that they're going to be at Global Citizen Festival that is happening in New York City, which, first of all, yay. But the promotional picture they posted, Link, first of all, the picture, I mean, they can't look that good. But Link is not wearing glasses. And I'll show it to you right here. So, and he's not wearing glasses. And of course, if you're a true mythical beast, you know the history about the evolution of Link's glasses ever since he started wearing them in his 20s. And throughout, you see the changes in styles of glasses along with his hairstyle. But he's not been wearing glasses. And I'm just saying, this is just a thought. This is not a rumor. It could be a conspiracy. It could be a theory. But I'm just speaking from my own mind. That's why I'm called RandomRapha. But are we seeing the next era of Link of not wearing glasses? I mean, he's completely blind. He does a lot of things like without glasses. And he doesn't wear contacts at all. But, I mean, but he can see some things. Just like for me, I wear contacts and glasses. But I can function around without glasses and contacts, but it'll still be blurry, but I can still tell. But I think he'll probably do the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe we're seeing that. Maybe his vision is getting better. I don't know. If you've noticed that, please comment down below and share your thoughts. I mean, I'm just saying from like, you know, from a certain perspective about this. So, so that was really good about Rhett and Link, just minus the glasses. But, oh great, I'm going to probably have to go overtime for this. Maybe this will be a review in 20 minutes. I don't know. But the skydiving, already, we thought that it was going to be in the finale of the skydiving thing. Oh, I do want to say this. So, in the my reaction to the trailer, I did say about the picture they posted a while back, looking like they were in a skateboard shop. Or a skate shop, but then I predicted it was like a skydiving place. Well, based on what I saw on the behind the mythicality video, the behind the scenes of this episode of Wonderhole on the Mythical Society, which by the way, if you are not part of the Mythical Society, please join. Please, it is totally worth it. Thank you for listening. But during the behind the scenes, they were wearing the same clothes that they were wearing in that certain picture. And yeah, and it is a fact. They went skydiving, and of course, some of us knew about that, but we didn't know it was going to be part of the series until we saw the trailer, and of course, scenes for the episode, and now in this episode. But seeing them jumping out of the plane and the reactions of Link just being so placid, just focused. And then Rhett, which, yes, he is afraid of heights, but he's screaming. Gosh, I love him. But it just, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but just laughing. But it's in a good way. I mean, but when they were jumping out of the, plane and they switched to the scene where Rhett said it is illegal to jump through a cloud or go through a cloud. I thought for a moment that it was a joke because sometimes they'll throw out these facts and you just think like, oh, it's part of a bet. No, it's legit. It is an actual fact, and I have proof right here. So according to the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, it requires skydivers to maintain the same distance from clouds as private pilots. And it's dangerous because of collisions and, of course, the improper landings and visibility. So, yeah, I had a moment that I doubted. I didn't believe Rhett and Link when they said that, but I did some research. Boop, 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 boop. And it's true. So, I'm sorry I doubted you guys. So, but still, it's crazy they actually done it, and we all witnessed it doing it. But then we went to switching over from the jumping out of the plane to we could probably drink a cloud from a fog. I mean, where I'm from, especially like when it rained right here, it's going to get foggy a little bit, like probably the next day. And speaking of cloud, time to sip of this cloud water right here. And I'm already just about like less than a minute until till time is up. Oh man, I just can't help it. But if you like this video, if you want me to continue to talk more about this, please like and comment down below. Anyway, so they try to see if they can drink from fog, because Link has said a fog is a cloud that you can walk through. Yeah, that is true, and I've walked through a lot of fogs. I've taken lots of pictures of fogs, hashtag Rocco photography, but drinking it, I mean, I, who has walked through clouds, have not tasted it. I felt it, but I have not tasted it. But, of course, they use the drone to find the clouds, you know, called the cloud periscope, and there goes the timer. Well, anyway, I'll probably give myself 5 minutes about this. So, they have the drone to see about it, or they call the cloud periscope. Is that what it's called? But to see where it is, and I'll talk a little bit later about using the straw with the drone. So we see them go with, you know, plan A, skydiving, jumping through a cloud, did not work, so they go with plan B, sipping water from the fog, or sticking their tongue out. But on their way to go to the cloud, and of course, we did not hear a song in the second episode, but the first episode, yes, because they already broke into song. But again, this episode immediately felt like we dug a medium-sized hole, because in the We Dug a Medium-Sized Hole video, they started singing this work song, digging a hole song, and then immediately go into a musical number. And of course, you hear them while they were traveling to the mountain on the road through Los Angeles and through some neighborhoods that are quite recognizable, because I used to live in Los Angeles in the NoHo area, close to Burbank. But when they traveled, they started bursting into song and like, oh, please, 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 musical moment. And they did, and to this day, like when I woke up, I just started singing, "Fog chasers, we're chasing the fogs," and 80s vibe, that danger zone, that maniac, I need a hero, 80s, powerful 80s music. I mean, unlike with the 80s music, the You Are Here, but this one is like, oh yeah, I can get myself charged up. And I think I'm already waking up already, because this morning I was just like, ugh, but now I'm waking up. Maybe this is cloud water, I don't know. But it already got me like excited, like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, so epic. And especially not just the song, but the music they use in this. I mean, I question, do they use it from like a website, like a royalty-free music website like Artlist or Storyblocks, or what's that other place? Like any type of general place where you can get royalty-free music. Oh, Epic Sound. But I know I have an affiliate account, which I'm going to get very soon for music, but that's for another video for another time. But the music that they use is so epic, and I'm thinking, did they just look for certain songs or music pieces to include that cinematic feeling in this short episode? Or did they really compose, like, not, maybe Rhett and Link had an idea, but then you have someone like, I forgot the guy's name, who did like the remixing of the music like they did for You Are Here. Hold on, let's see right here. Maybe this will help out. This is why this comes in very handy. I don't know. No, that's not it. Where is it? Maybe it's right here. No. I don't know. Not Derek Furman. The other one. Who is it? Hold on. See, this is the reason why I have these right here, and all part of the Mythical Society right here. Maybe it's Mark Byers right here. Yes, and this is also the latest collectible of the Mythical Society. Mark Byers, who does all like the mixing and stuff. So I kind of think that is, or they have someone else that do the music. I don't know, but all amazing musical scores, and of course very inspirational for me as someone who's doing a documentary film about the mythical beast. Go to projectmythicalbeastfilm.com to find out more about it, and you can support. But we're already feeling that adventure. And of course, they're up on the mountain trying to taste the fog all over the place. And again, that childlike wonder, and I like it where they go back from like themselves into like their perspective, like that they were from their childhood of like doing all these things, and especially connecting through like, what if this don't work? It has to work. And then going back from past our younger selves to present selves of Rhett and Link. And then of course we have the drone or this cloud periscope, and they have the straw, the long straw with it, and they're just trying to suck the cloud. And of course that random moment, and of course, even though they scripted, but there was a part of like a real vlog documentary element to it when that random driver passed by and is like, what the heck you doing? And of course with, you know, with using a drone and a tube sucking, I'm just already thinking maybe someone who's watching this, or I mean obviously a lot of people have watched it, they're probably going to have a patent idea of making this possible where they can sip a cloud or get moisture or try to get liquids from clouds to get, I don't know, type of ways to get water. I mean, conserve water, I guess. I don't know, but and maybe to see if it tastes like Sprite. But still, that childlike wonder done by two middle-aged guys named Rhett and Link. Can't help it but to love it. And of course, when their plans failed, and of course you hear that somber music, the sad version of the Fog Chasers songs. Still, once again, the music, genius, so epic. And then we go back to past Rhett and Link again, about I'm looking at my notes right here. You just hear that conversation and think this is like the serious, like heartfelt moment of like, don't give up, never surrender. Yes, I used a Galaxy Quest reference, but there was a moment where they said that made me like, I needed that reminder. And of course they doubted that, just like the same thing with present Rhett and Link, they doubted that this was going to work. Same thing with young Rhett and Link. But they were reminded from something from, I think it was Link's grandma's bathroom, the picture where it says, not the one about, I can't remember the first one, but the second one, they says you can do hard things. And when they said that, I'm like, I felt that, especially with, you know, doing this video right now. It's, even though it looks like it's very easy for me, it's very hard for me to do this. I mean, come on, I did not do it in under 10 minutes. Maybe I will sometime, but then of course with like life in general, being as a creative and being as, you know, a human being, it is hard, but you know what? You'll surprise yourself if you can do the hard things. And I'm very surprised of Rhett and Link doing like the hardest things of like sipping on a cloud, but doing something that is totally new, like creating a series. As inspired by what they've done in their past videos, but making it more of like a TV-like series. And I'm proud of them about that. And especially right after when they just talk about, we can make this work. And then you see them just sitting on, you know, the lawn, the grass, blowing bubbles, and the camera goes back and you see the pinwheels, and you already have immediate ideas like, okay, is it going to do something with turbines or probably something to do with a wheel? Yes. And finally, just especially when they showed this in the trailer itself, where you saw Rhett and Link doing this epic walk, like something you would see from Armageddon, you know, those epic walks, and they're just like, it's time to do this, and they're holding these fishbowl helmets. And so again, the music, so epic, and the way they shot something that is so simple, but they could just make it so cinematic. Kudos to I don't know, I overuse the words kudos and epic a lot, but the production team, bravo to them for just putting something where it's so simple, but make it cinematic as possible, especially for us viewers and consumers of YouTube, and also loyal fans of Rhett and Link and Good Mythical Morning. So we saw them walking out on, yes, Santa Monica Pier, and you see them looking at the wheel, the Ferris wheel. which I've been to, and they get on there, they have the fishbowl helmets, and then they go up and like, you know, they're ready to go like, okay, so they're just going to go up to the area where it's like, it's not at the right altitude where the clouds are, but I guess that could work. But then it may not sense for those that do not get it, but if you're an adult like me that knows a lot, even though sometimes I wish I could get my head out of the gutter sometimes, yeah, there's another cloud that you can have. And also, I have to say, they said this a lot. They will never do something that rhymes with cape, but if they did their own version of what I just said, it would be something like that. But according to the vision of Rhett and Link themselves, I mean, it is something that it is clever how they can take something that they can hit in some subtle innuendo, but they just make it like it goes over your head. But then for those that know, I'm like, it makes sense. I mean, I guess, you know, they can't sip water from a cloud by skydiving or going to a mountain, but, you know, going on the Ferris wheel, I guess that's just one way to get high. I've been wanting to say that for a really long time. So, and of course, it ends with them just like saying, we did it, and they bump their heads with the fishbowl helmets, and they just walk off, and then we see that epic still of Santa Monica Pier. And then, unlike the first two videos where, the first episode where they're on an island, but at the same time, it's like, so we just see future Rhett and Link supposedly on an island, ending like this, not just like back to normal selves or like everything's back to normal again. And the same thing with episode 2, except, you know, we see normal Rhett and Link, but they don't know things are going to be normal in the future. So personally, it felt like it just ended on like, they're not back where they were, all is well in the world. But this one, it felt like just very similar to the We Dug a Medium-Sized Hole, the 1984 music video, and the Chicken Across the Busiest Road in America. It ended on just a high note. Sorry, not sorry. But this was a really good, short but sweet episode, and especially, again, you cannot help but to laugh and applaud for Rhett and Link for doing something where it has that childlike wonder, that moral in the story of you can do hard things. And third, the cleverest way to do something that is like the element that you would probably see in I don't know how to say this. It almost kind of like is, I don't know why this comes up, but if you know the SNL sketch of like the sweaty balls, you know, some comedians do that whole thing where it just slips like it goes over your head for something that is so simple, but when you really think about it, you get the inside joke. Little dirty, but you get it. And it's just, again, this episode, another banger, as the great Shane Top would say. Shout out to Smosh. And all is well with episode 3. And then this morning, by the time I'm filming this, I did not expect to see an episode of Good Mythical Morning to premiere on a Saturday morning. I mean, like, I know by the time I'm filming this, season 26, can you believe it, will be premiering on Monday, September 9th, 2024. But they premiered the episode on Saturday morning, which, yay, I mean, good for all of us, I guess, but they didn't have a Good Mythical more. But, again, very clever. They did it in a way because they have that tube, that straw that they use. Well, they had a small and they keep building up to make the world's longest straw. And that's what it is. Kind of felt like the episodes that they did with the April Fool's episode, the Thanksgiving episodes. If you know what I'm talking about, the ones where they were silent for a certain amount of minutes, or they chewed like the longest time for chewing gum, or the like the Thanksgiving episodes where they said, where they just sit and just rant about something. So like, why do you want to, you're not going to watch this episode. No one cares to watch this episode of Thanksgiving. It kind of felt like that vibe, or old school Good Mythical Morning in some way. I really like that. But again, with the straw, it's just another way to promote Wonderhole. And then I'm very surprised because as someone who's doing research about the mythical beasts, I heard the commentary, like, they know their fans very well. There are some fans that are a fan of Rhett and Link, but they don't watch Good Mythical Morning or other types of content, but I don't know why. I mean, like, I watch Good Mythical Morning and Mythical Kitchen and listen to the podcast. I'm a fully devoted, fully supportive mythical beast, but I just find it very, again, I don't know clever is the word, but just, it's funny. We're just like, yep, they know their fans, and they just say all these things about, yeah, you don't watch this, you got to watch this, and they just find some ways to promote it. And maybe this is a test to, I don't know, maybe if, because I know they did Good Mythical Weekend with the crew. I do not know. I mean, like, this episode that they premiered on Good Mythical Morning is not considered part of it. I mean, so far they're going to get close to, like, I think it's 2008. I don't know. They already premiered their 2,600 episode. Maybe they get to 2,700. I need to double check. If you know, please comment down below. But this was not considered an episode. But this is just a bonus, a way to promote. But I don't know, maybe they'll do something where they'll spontaneously put an episode of like Good Mythical Morning on certain Saturdays, but it's not considered Good Mythical Crew. Not like the other show, LTAT. But maybe they're just trying to say, it doesn't hurt to experiment. It doesn't hurt to try something, like what they did for Wonderhole, creating something that is totally out of the ordinary, but you see what it happens. But it was nice that they did something. They posted on Good Mythical Morning in a way to promote. So very, very sweet. And how sweet it is that I talked to her about 30 minutes about this. But in conclusion, episode 3 of Wonderhole, absolutely amazing, short but sweet, and left you on a high note. Okay, I gotta stop doing that. And of course, great way to promote the episode of the series on Good Mythical Morning. And finally, we've learned a very important lesson or two in Wonderhole. We can do hard things, and a fog is a cloud that you can walk through. So, all right, I'm going to end this right here because I have to get going. I got to edit this. I got to make some more content. But if you have enjoyed this video, click that like button. It really does wonders. Also, if you're new to my channel and if you want to be the first to see the new episode of this series when it premieres, and lots of Random Rapha content premiering very, very soon, make sure you subscribe and click on that bell. Also, if you want even more content created by yours truly, and to keep up with me for upcoming news and updates, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, or X, whatever you call it, at Rapha Conrad. Again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the nice comments on this after show series. I'm really liking it, but it's so sad we're halfway through this, and I'm looking forward to doing 3 more of this, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to finishing this up. But who knows? Maybe I'll do some react post-show, unedited, unfiltered series, something like this. But who knows? Just be on the lookout for that. Or just comment down below what you'd like to see me to react or do a post-show-like series at this. Anyway, my name is Rapha Conrad, also known as RandomRapha, and thank you for watching this episode of Wandering and Wandering Through the Wonderhole. I'll see you next week, and remember, keep on wandering and wandering, and also stay hydrated. Come on. Cloud water, you gotta love it. Bye.
Fog chasers, we're chasing some fog. We're going towards the clouds, cause that is our job. Fog chasers, we're chasing the fog. And when we